We begin part 2 of my exclusive sit-down interview with President Trump as he marked his first anniversary of his second inauguration before traveling to Davos. Our conversation continued with an update on his plans for the new White House ballroom. The president also talked more with me about the threats on his life and reacted to the question of who would continue his legacy in 2028 and beyond. NewsNation's Chris Cuomo will be with me in just a bit to react, but first, the rest of my interview with President Donald Trump. You're a builder, and that hasn't stopped since you came into the White House, especially in your first year. What is the status of the Arc de Trump that you want to put on, I believe, the Memorial Bridge?
That's going to be so great.
And also, what is the status of the construction of the ballroom?
Okay, so the ballroom's under budget, it's ahead of schedule. We're making it incredible. We're going to have inaugurations there. It's high ceilings and big space, can hold probably 5,000 to 6,000 people. Indoor, bulletproof glass, everything.
And for those who have been complaining about the ballroom, what is the purpose of the ballroom? Why do we need a ballroom at the White House?
Because the White House was never built with a big room. It's got when we have a big guest here, they build a tent out on the lawn, and if it rains, you're in deep trouble. They have a tent, and it's the only place you can build it sort of at a low spot. If it rains, the water pours into the tent. The whole thing is a disaster. And I said, you know, after the first, I would have done the first term, but I was under such siege with all these crazy people that I really wanted to focus on that. I thought it was, and when I came back, I said, you know, we're going to get this White House a ballroom like they have never seen before, and it is a beauty. It's going to be it's going to be the most beautiful ballroom in the world. But they need it. They can't use tents. Even from a safety standpoint, you can't use a tent. This is all bulletproof glass, drone-proof ceilings. And I think they're going to end up having all of their, because it's so cold on January 20th, and I think they'll end up having the inaugurations right in that ballroom. Think of it. You walk from the White House, it's just a short little walk through a very secure area. But I think because it's, number one, it's too cold. Number two, it gets unsafe out there.
It gets unsafe out there. You have experienced some threats. You've been attempted to be killed twice in assassination. We saw our dear friend Charlie Kirk killed last year.
Dangerous stuff.
Are you afraid for your safety? Do you worry about that? What about your family? I know it was tough.
I don't worry about it, and we have great people, and I feel that we're in good shape.
You're in good shape.
I think the Secret Service has done a great job. The military has done a great job, and. One thing I know, if something happens, the person that did it is going to be gone because we are surrounded. You know, even as we speak, we are surrounded. But no, I feel very good. It's a job that has its dangers, if you think, right? You look at the percentages, it's probably the most dangerous job in the world. I was telling people, I guess it's 5.5%. It's a bad number, 5.5%. That's a lot. You know what that means, right?
Why don't you tell me what that means?
If you're a race car driver, 0.1% die. If you're a bull rider, 0.1% die. If you're a president, it's 5.2%. That's a big difference. Why didn't you tell me, Katie, that this would happen? I could have done something else. Maybe I could have done something else. But
well, you decided to do it again.
Look, I love doing it because we're doing a great job. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Our country has turned around. We have the greatest country in the world. And again, we came from such a low standard. I believe that if Kamala won the election, this country would have been, even by now, 1 year, it would have been finished. We wouldn't be a country.
Do you believe that there's a Republican presidential candidate in the future who can continue to carry on your legacy and the work that you'll be doing over the next 3 years?
I hope so, and we certainly have a good bench. We have some very talented people.
Do you have any favorites, or do you have any?
I do, but it's so early. You know, I mean, I do actually, but it's so early that it's, you know, I don't
that could change if you want to tell me what they are now.
I know, but we have great people. You see what's happening. I mean, the people that we have in so many, I'm not just talking about one or two. We have so many great people.
Who is so many?
Well, JD's been great. Marco's been great. Scott's been great. Everybody's been great. Look at Tom Homan and Christie, the job they've done with security. Don't forget, we had people pouring in the millions that were just walking right into our country, destroying our country. We stopped it. We have I could name 20 people that are phenomenal.
In terms of the White House and how you've changed things around here, when you look at the Oval Office from your first term, it's very different than the Oval Office now. How do you decide which portraits you're putting in the Oval, what kind of decor you have in there? I know that you get a lot of gifts from foreign leaders when they come. How do you make decisions about what you want to be surrounded by when you're making these big decisions?
Well, it's just taste, but you know, the White House and the Oval Office had very few paintings in it. Biden had one. Obama had, you know, the American flag, and, you know, sort of a painting of the American flag, but they had very few paintings. And I spent a lot of time downstairs they have a vault where they have 1,000 paintings, beautiful paintings. Some of them hadn't been shown in 150 years, think of it. And they were incredible, of presidents, mostly of presidents, landscapes, other things, but mostly of presidents. And I spent a little time doing it. I love doing it. And I took out paintings of, I mean, there's a couple right here that are so unbelievable. Look all over the room. These are unbelievable art. And I researched it, and I spent time doing it. And I took paintings that have been sealed for over 100 years, more than that, much more than that in some cases, and found great paintings. And we put them up for people to see. And cost nothing. You know, we have them. We didn't have to go out and buy them. They're there. Yeah. But they weren't used. And it's honoring some of the great presidents.
Mr. President, thank you so much for taking the time today. It was an honor to see you here at the White House. Congratulations on 1 year.
And congratulations.
Of course, we'll be following, of course, everything that you're doing, and safe travels to Davos.
And you're going to do a great job, I have no doubt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.